Man, this room is starting to look pretty good. So today I did a little bit of rearranging in my room, a little bit of tidying things up, and I also got cracking on the bathroom. And so I'm almost done there. So I'm thinking tomorrow is Friday, and I'm going to be able to do the last push, and I will have everything taken care of. So today I cleaned out my shelving here, and I stuck a this little plastic piece over my vent. So instead of blowing straight up, it now blows out, and it makes my room feel a lot cooler. So that's awesome. And so yesterday I went to the doctor who tested me for ADHD. And it turns out that I do, in fact, have ADHD. And so we talked about methods of treatment and what I should be doing going forward. And when I left, I have to say, even though I really expected this diagnosis, it hit me harder than I expected that it would. And I wound up driving around for a little while, thinking about things. And eventually I pulled over to the side of the road, pulled out the camera, and shot a vlog. And most of the vlog was basically me pouring out my feelings into the camera and, all the different things that were bothering me at the time. Specifically that I didn't know, first of all, what was going to happen once I started taking medication, how that might change me and my personality. But also regrets about the fact that had I had gotten this diagnosis when I was 20 instead of my 50s, my life could have been so different. And I was kind of mourning the person that I might have been had I known sooner. And so it was a very depressing vlog. And as I said, I was really just kind of dumping my emotions into it and just expressing what I was feeling at the time. And so I came home and I edited it, and I even put a title card at the beginning of the video that I didn't know if releasing the video was a great idea. And after I put it together, I let it sit for a moment and thought about it, and then realized that it probably wasn't going to be a good idea to release it, so I didn't. Very much like that situation I ran into with the TikTok video, where in that situation I posted it even though I didn't feel good about it, but in this case, I didn't feel good about it, I didn't post it. And so there you go, personal growth. But I watched that video that I didn't post, and it does make me uncomfortable. Because, the reason I recorded it in the first place is because I've been striving to be more honest and more real on my vlogs. But the truth is, even though that moment was honest, it really wasn't real. It felt real to me at the time because I was caught up in my emotions, but what I felt wasn't the truth. I just wish that I could, even though it was a day ago, I wish I could sit down next to that guy and explain things to him and honestly just tell him a bunch of stuff that he already knew, which is that you can't mourn things that you can't change. And yeah, the path of my life might have been different had I been diagnosed with ADHD in my 20s. But, when you look at the choices you made in your life and you try to determine which choices were good and which choices were bad, that's a judgment call. And the truth is, had I known in my 20s that I had ADHD and had been able to get it treated, yeah, there'd be certain things in my life I wouldn't have had to have dealt with, or certain pain I wouldn't have had to have gone through. But those experiences are what make me the person I am today. And even though there are certain things I do kind of wish I could change, the person I am now is able to create things that I wouldn't have been able to do if I'd gone over another path. True, the person I could have been is gone, but I get to be the person that I am now. And everyone's life is like that. Our lives are determined by the choices that we make. Life is all about making choices, about sacrifices. I mean, every decision you make is a sacrifice. All life is about sacrifices. I mean, you can't go into a restaurant without making a sacrifice. I mean, if you go into a restaurant and order a steak, that means you don't get to have the chicken. And so the only way to keep from having to make a sacrifice is not to make a choice. And if you don't sacrifice something, then you're basically sacrificing everything. And so I look at that video and I feel kind of bad that I felt that way. But after like a day's contemplation, I feel better about it. And I'm glad I didn't post the video because, again, even though it was my truth at the time, all it would have done was made people worry about me and wonder, oh my God, are you okay? And I was okay. I would be okay. I just needed time and contemplation. And that's one thing that I'm learning, I think, is that when I'm caught up in an emotion, I need to give myself time to sit back and calm down and think about things rationally. And once I do that, I'm usually in a better place. And so you're getting this vlog instead of the last one, and I think that's a good thing.